Russians' failure and/or Russia's success will have a direct correlation on deterrence in the Pacific, and Russia is a significant threat in the Indo-Pacific.
A House Armed Services Committee session, which received little coverage in early April, mainly due to tariff developments, was a meeting of defense officials, including Navy Admiral Samuel Paparo, who heads up the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, to discuss military posture and national security challenges in the region.
I know that China is watching. I know China is directly supporting that effort, and I think that Russian success will embolden China, and Russian failure will give China pause and would enhance our deterrence.
One of the biggest challenges in the region right now is the ever closer cooperation between China, Russia, and North Korea, for which Admiral Paparo says each country now compensates for the other's weaknesses.
China has provided 70% of the machine tools and 90% of the semiconductors that support Russia's rebuilding its war machine. North Korea provides thousands of rounds in support and troops, and coming back to China and to North Korea are key capabilities where they would otherwise be behind that would help close the gap: submarine technology, missile technology, and surface-to-air missiles, and so forth.
Admiral Paparo said that one of the critical needs that would provide a big deterrent advantage to the US is through the Counter-Sea Five Eyes Secure Communications Initiative.
The ability to dazzle, deceive, destroy, the adversary's ability to see and sense, and then hardening our own ability to give a high-fidelity common operating picture to units to unlock their ability to operate tactically.
But digging deeper, he said there were many other areas that also needed more attention.
Having 90% of the space lift in the world to bring counter-space capability, and then to continue to enhance our cyber capability. And many others in the form of long-range weapons, in the form of unmanned and AI systems that affect air denial and sea denial in enclosed places, such as the Taiwan Strait, augment these.
One ongoing effort for the Indo-Pacific region is AUKUS, the trilateral security partnership that involves the US and the UK assisting Australia in acquiring nuclear-powered submarines to recapitalize their new navy.
AUKUS delivers something to Indo-Pacom that is critical and could be a key advantage, and that is an Indian Ocean submarine base. This gives us faster response time to the South China Sea than in Hawaii, in Washington, in San Diego. It gives us the key ability to maneuver into the Indian Ocean without the burden of having to go through straits.
Can you tell me where are we in relation to the need for getting to that 2.33 submarines a year for AUKUS and ourselves?
Presently, we have a generational advantage from a submarine standpoint against our adversaries. And this is key, critical, and indispensable to the ability to prevail. The PRC, though not perfectly linear, but the PRC is outproducing the United States by a rate of 2.0 per year to 1.28 presently attack submarines per year.
What's your take on that, Admiral Paparo?
It's inadequate, and we've got to work harder in order to do that. And it's a combination of a steady stream of funding. It's a combination of liberalizing the defense industrial base, reforming the industrial base, and so we have to work harder. We have to get to 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 per year, and we can't rest until we do so.
Other vital Navy operations, such as the Amphibious Ready Group and the Marine Expeditionary Unit, are also facing an uphill battle over resources in the Indo-Pacific.
What do you see as your alternative in a crisis response if when you call for an ARGMU, there's not one to be had?
Amphibious ships are absolutely critical to this effort. And we are not meeting mission globally on doing so. It's a matter of the maintenance of the current capability that we have, and frankly, it's also a matter of the number of amphibious ships that we have.
In 2024, Admiral Paparo wrote an advisory article for the U.S. Naval Institute titled, "Aircraft Carriers Are Still Indispensable."
Carriers are absolutely critical in the weight of fires that they can bring, which is many, many times X almost any other capability. And when knitted together with the rest of the joint force, they're part and parcel of an all-domain force, executing every mission from ASW to strike to air superiority. It's a mobile, capable airfield that the enemy would have to work very hard to target. And they work hard to target them because they are so afraid of them.
Representative Kiggins made the point that right now we continue to decommission ships at a rate that far outpaces new construction. In some cases, investing in maintenance and upgrades, only to retire ships as soon as they return from deployment.
Given our growing global commitments and the urgent need for naval presence, how does this approach make sense, Admiral Paparo, and why are we decommissioning ships and we are clearly short on capacity?
I'm not a proponent of divest to invest. I'm a proponent of make before break. And I'd prefer not to decommission combat-relevant capabilities until its replacement is on board, so its sailors and Marines can properly transfer to that platform and get into the fight.
Also aging are the F-18 squadrons in the Atlantic.
How would an F-35 integration help with your mission?
F-35s are critical, and we cannot make that transition fast enough across the force, and F-35s must be a part of the Atlantic fleet, in my humble opinion.
As rehearsals for forced unification continue in the waters surrounding Taiwan, the question becomes, what will the US do if China makes its move? Accelerating US military investments will surely help, as would a return to alliance building in the region and further afield.